So then back to lifecycle intelligence and the use of AI. Again, our view is it's not about just a data lake. It's about how do you apply it, how do you have the backbone to support this. And when I sat with the CEO of Dotmatics, the first time I met with him when we talked about acquiring, I think it caught him off guard because he really didn't know a lot about Siemens, particularly software. And after we got to know each other, he says, you might be the largest software company in the world that people haven't really heard about, right? If you're not in this space, right? And so I started explaining our strategy, what we're doing, and we talked a little bit about AI, and he said, you know, this whole idea of you can just throw AI at a problem is nonsense. He said, it's not going to solve drug discovery. It can be a component to help, but the problem is the data is not in any kind of structured approach today. And what we're trying to do is build this up. So I explained the digital twin to him, and he says, exactly. He didn't even know what a digital twin was. He said, that's what we're trying to do. And so they created a level called Luma. And what they're doing there is taking the data, and first thing is they did about 19 companies they've acquired that are applications. Very, very strong applications. If you're in the space of being the scientist that's doing this biochem type of work, very strong applications on their own that are growing rapidly. And then he said, we started building APIs to be able to connect that to the level of Luma to be able to do this. So that we have some kind of collaboration approach, but then also now we can start moving data up there and applying AI at that enterprise level with some kind of structure to it and bring it forward. And he argued, and I agree with him, that really the pharmaceutical space and drug discovery is almost 20, 25 years behind when you think what's happening with what we've done with discrete. That sounds crazy, but he said no APIs, not a lot of integration. Scientists go grab a tool. The management doesn't even care. Just use your tool, see what you can come up with. And they see that changing. So that's where we got kind of excited about this. We said, we understand this play. We've done it before. We know how to bring together an enterprise layer and be able to use this. And that's what you hear from us as we go forward. But again, this isn't a completely new market for us, right? We've already played in the manufacturing execution software on pharma. We did med device design and work with a lot of these companies. A lot of these companies are doing both now, med device and drug discovery. So it allows us to come together there. And then finally, my colleagues in process automation, you know, they do the automation for the factories that are there as well. And when I was speaking to him, I talked about what we do with manufacturing. First meeting, and he said, yeah, he goes, I didn't even know you guys did this. And I have customers every single day telling me, yeah, you're helping me with the front end on the drug discovery. I have a problem in manufacturing. Help me get these things to market. So we think there's a good marriage here.